Eyre is a classic novel by Charlotte Bronte, first published in 1847. It follows the life of Jane Eyre, an orphaned girl who faces numerous hardships but eventually finds love and fulfillment. Here's a brief summary. Plot summary. Early life: Jane Eyre is born into a poor family and becomes an orphan at a young age. She is sent to live with her cruel aunt, Mrs. Reed, and her cousins, who mistreat her. Jane is eventually sent to Lowood School, an austere charity institution for orphaned girls. At Lowood she endures harsh conditions, but also forms a close friendship with Helen Burns, who later dies of tuberculosis. Becoming a governess, after finishing her education at Lowood, Jane takes a position as a governess at Thornfield Hall, a grand estate owned by the mysterious Mr. Rochester. Jane's role is to teach Adele Varens, a young girl under Rochester's guardianship. Falling in love, Jane and Mr. Rochester develop a deep bond and eventually fall in love. Mr. Rochester proposes, and Jane accepts, but their wedding is interrupted when it is revealed that Rochester is already married. His wife, Bertha Mason, is imprisoned in Thornfield's attic due to her mental illness. Jane's independence. Heartbroken and disillusioned, Jane leaves Thornfield and wanders until she finds refuge with the Rivers family, who are revealed to be her cousins. She inherits a fortune from her deceased uncle, and discovers that she has been bequeathed an estate in Yorkshire. Returned to Rochester, Jane learns that Thornfield Hall has been destroyed by a fire set by Bertha Mason. Mr. Rochester, who was injured in the fire, is now blind and has lost a hand. Jane returns to him, and they marry. The novel ends with a sense of fulfillment and reconciliation. Themes. Social critique. The novel explores issues such as class, gender, and religion. Jane Eyre challenges social norms and expectations of women in the 19th century. Autonomy and identity. Jane's journey is one of self-discovery and empowerment. Despite the many obstacles she faces, she remains true to herself and her values. Love and equality. The relationship between Jane and Rochester evolves from one of power imbalance to a more equal partnership, emphasizing mutual respect and love. Jane Eyre is celebrated for its emotional depth, complex characters, and its portrayal of a strong, independent woman fighting for her place in the world.